Have you ever been going down on a woman and you thought, did she come? Am I doing this right? Is she liking this? Well, I'm Melissa D from Body Joy Intimacy School, and today I'm going to be talking about an embodied approach to pussy licking. Okay, so let's get into it. Why do I say an embodied approach to pussy licking? Well, from my experience, and again, this is years of practice and having students and clients in my studio, as well as being a woman, there's a lot of information out there that teaches people all these tips and tricks, but it's not very aware. And it doesn't speak enough to the importance of really following and paying attention to the body that's in front of you, and learning how to coax it into pleasure and respond. There's a lot of things that go, okay, lick the alphabet. Okay, great. That gives you like some idea and things to pay attention to, or to just try. But if you're not really there in the present moment and paying attention to your partner, it doesn't matter what tips and tricks you know, it's not gonna get a response. It's the same reason why, once I had a lover who tried to use the shocker on me. If he was paying attention to my body and really in the moment, he would know that that's not what I actually wanted. So let's get into a couple of tips, not tricks, on how to take an embodied approach to pussy licking. Number one, the approach. And so when you're with your partner, again, this could be someone you're dating, maybe someone you've known for 50 years, doesn't matter. Approach her in her entirety. This means, using her hair. Maybe you want to do a little bit of hair pulling. You want to nuzzle up in her ear. You want to maybe lick her neck if that's something that she really enjoys. Touching her breasts and really like loving them up. Maybe doing a full body massage, maybe rolling around. But the point is, you're approaching her. You're kind of saying hello to like her whole body. You're not just going into the goods, okay? And a lot of this information I'm going to share today is not black or white either, and I'm not saying it's in absolutes. I'm just saying a lot of experience, myself being a person that has a vulva, but also a lot of women that I work with and a lot of couples that I help in the studio, is that a lot of women really want to be brought into their pleasure and really paid attention to. And the other thing to keep in mind too is that a lot of us live really busy lives. We have families, we go to school, maybe we work really stressful jobs, maybe it's really exciting life and there's a lot going on. So when we come into a place of intimacy shared with someone else, we need time to drop from the busyness of our mind and into the pleasure of our bodies. This is why so many people write about, oh, women take so much longer to get into the mood. It's that transition that we need that's so necessary. And not only that, like the longer we spend in that foreplay and that juiciness, generally speaking, the better the arousal and better the ceiling of the pleasure is going to be. So if it's going to be fast and furious, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But if that's your only go-to and that's your pattern, it's time to take a look at that and explore other things. So the first thing is, again, is the approach. Are you approaching her to include her entire body? Are you kissing and licking the inside of her wrists or other pleasure points that you know or she may have told you about? Move in such a way that you can actually give her a moment to respond to your touch, okay? And again, like being fast and really fiery, there's nothing wrong with that. But you want to be able to do all the tempos. Like you want to be able to go fast when it's necessary, and you want to be able to slow down when she may need more time, again, to drop from that busy mind into the pleasure of the body. Okay, so approach her body and include everything: her breasts, her belly, her legs, maybe a full body massage, maybe making out, and just really relishing. The second one is when you start going towards the vulva. This is saying hello. So maybe she has clothes on, maybe she has panties. This is another reason why I love wearing panties. This is such a fun thing to play with, even though I don't always wear underwear. So instead of just going right in and taking her panties off, which can be hot too, again, you're gonna have to play it by ear. You wanna go in and maybe just like lick the outside of her panties, or maybe just breathe and move your hot breath over that whole area and then down her leg. You want to make it to where she is just like bubbling with anticipation and like leaning her energy towards you. Instead of coming in with your penetrative energy and just like going in, you want it to build. So she's just like, she almost can't even stand it. She's getting so aroused. And the way to do that is to sit back a little bit and really watch her body come to life and get into her arousal and her comfortability and her relaxation. Okay, so approach her, use those underwears that are on, maybe turn her over on her side and like kiss her ass and legs and nuzzle her, on her neck again, then come back down, saying hello to the vulva and then going away again. And again, the embodied approach to this is paying attention, okay? And you're going slow enough to where you can actually feel her response. You're not just going through the motions, A, B, C, D, touch here, touch there. You're not being robotic. Throw that out, okay? Pay attention. What is this woman doing? Where's her breath? Where's her focus? Is she right there with you? Does she look bored? Is it going too fast? Like, what's happening? And typically, like if you go slow enough and you're waiting for her body to respond, it makes her feel a little bit safer. And like there's no goal or there's no rush to get her to someplace, okay? And the third one is all in. So once you've teased her and you've gone into where her vulva is, maybe you've like teased her with your fingers on the outside, again, moving slow enough that you can actually feel what your touch is doing. Some people approach, I've had lovers that go in and like approach really fast and I'm like, what's going on? I can't even like relax into what's even happening in my body. So, for example, let me bring my stunt vulva in. Most of you have seen. This doesn't show the actual clitoris, that this is the head of the clitoris. And then there's legs that come down here and get swollen. But this whole area can be such a pleasure zone. So you can even use your fingers and go like this and massage. Again, do it slow enough to where she can actually relax and she doesn't feel like you're, if you're doing this and getting all crazy, like, again, there's nothing wrong with that if she's actually really enjoying it. But I've worked with a lot of women in my studio and me myself. If someone's just being like they don't even know what they're actually doing, they're just kind of feverishly doing this stuff, my arousal kind of goes away because I can't follow or track what's actually happening. So move really slow. A lot of Tantra teachers and Tantra educators talk about the masculine energy being one that kind of lights that fire and builds it in the feminine. And then the feminine is that flame that moves. And so be that sturdiness, be the one to coax her. And the way that you do that is you slow down and you pay attention and you move with intention. This whole area is such a beautiful place to massage. You can even glide your fingers across or down. Again, like slow licks up the center, on the sides, and coming back out into the legs. There's so much to explore. So when you're all in, step number 3, you're really all in. And I can make this motion because it's one that I really enjoy. So again, there's only so much I can do in this video. You definitely want to check out a class where we actually practice on a live demo body. But going in and massaging like the sides of her vulva and licking like that, nice wide tongue, slow enough to really feel her response, okay? The number one complaint that I get from straight women especially is that their partners go way too fast. So slow it down. You can't go too slow. I'm just gonna say that. So wide licks, wide tongue, not a pointy tongue. Wide licks, and go slow enough and play around with the direction. If you want to do the alphabet, fine, but I feel like that gets you, again, like stuck in your head of like, okay, am I on A, am I on B? Just slow it down and give her some licks, kind of like this or like this, and even get your fingers in there. There's so much to explore. Some other things that you might want to keep in mind before you're with your partner is ask her to touch herself in front of you. Maybe you can see like exactly like where she touches, where she goes, where she gets most of her pleasure. Every body is going to respond differently, but there's definitely some similar characteristics between women and pleasure. The other thing is you can ask her just what she likes. And the best example is to just watch. So if she's feeling shy, maybe she can just tell you, hey, you know, you can even use your hand, like, show me like what kind of touch you really want, like on your vulva. Do you want me to go like at the fourchette at the bottom? Do you like it across your clit? Do you want me to stay away from your clit? Like, get details. And maybe you can talk about this over a sexy dinner. It doesn't have to be like in the moment, but it can. So feel it out. So thanks for watching. This was a lot of information in a short amount of time, and I love taking like several hours to show people the impact and the importance of embodied pleasure. And this is where we slow down, we really focus on taking care of our partners and being as present as we can. So I'm Melissa D from Body Joy Intimacy School based in Austin, Texas. And if you want to learn how to be a more embodied lover, get in touch. You can also visit our website, bodyjoy.org. And also check out our Instagram, why not? Body Joy Intimacy School. And hopefully I'll see you in the studio.